Good morning, students. Yes or no? Very good morning, students. Now, let's start our lesson. Yes, the era of regional empires. Yesterday we have learned that lessons about the Cholas. I hope you are also reading that the lessons in your homes. Yes, you have to do the practice for readings. It's good. You have to read not only the only history, you have to read all the subjects, even you have to read the geography's lesson also. Every day you have to read at least, so you will get that the one habit. Okay, it's not like that only you have to listen whatever I am teaching, that only listen. It's not. You have to listen also, as well as you have to read the lesson and see which words are coming for you difficult. Nothing will come there. When you will do the practice, your reading practice also will be improved. And when you are writing, so it's better you have to write some things in the notebook also. Means if you are writing the one paragraph also, for that there also no problem, because it will be improve your handwriting. Yes. Now, so today we are going to start the central administration. Every country has their some of the central administration. Yes or no? Our India also has divided into the many states. Yes or no? Because we cannot. Because in the central government cannot do the by its own self. Yes or no? If Delhi will say, if Narendra Modi will say that I will control to all over the India, I don't want to any states, I don't want to the any chief ministers. So it is not possible. Yes or no? Because every state has a different different cultures, and they have also different problems. So it is not possible. So that's why also India has divided into the states, and then in the state also there are some of the districts. In the districts you will get in the taluka places. In the taluka places, after that you will get the villages, and villages have the panchayat. Yes or no? Because everyone wants to the work better. So we have to divide it into these groups. If you will not divide it, if central government will say, I will handle this all things, so it is not that possible. Okay. So same things in the Chola regions happens. So we have to read that one. Okay. First paragraph. The Cholas had a remarkable system of administration. The form of government that extends during this period was the hereditary monarchy. Hereditary monarchy means it's in the Chola Empire. What happens? If the king has died, then his sons will become king. In that the system, in the middle, what's called that one? In the middle system, it has become like that only. When the king has died, his successor means whatever that is the sons or whatever that they have become the kings. So it has become in the Chola dynasty same things. The king was the head of the administration. He was the highest power in the state. So he was the highest power in the state because he was the man. He had council of ministers representing of all main departments of administration to advise him. So he have all the ministers, which one they can give the advice for is the administration. Still now Narendra Modi is not there. Mr. Narendra, our honorable. Yes, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there, but he is not only one person. There are some of the other ministers also. So our works can become easier and very clearly. Yes. So same thing is there, and also the ministers are giving the advice to our Honorable Narendra Modi, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay. The government was run by an elaborate bureaucracy comprising various officers. So various officers were there, so they can give the advice to the king. There were two types. So that time two types were there. This one, various officers were there. Which one? See, Perundanam. It is the Tamil word. Okay, it is the Perundanam. It's called the higher officer, and the Sirudanam. Perudanam and the Serudanam. Perudanam is the higher officials and Serudanam is the lower officers. So they are giving the advice to the kings in the various kinds of the whatever you want to take the decisions. So king is asking to these officials, If you want to build the dams, or you want to do the war somewhere, so he is getting the advice from the somewhere. So in the provisional admission, the central admissions, what will come? The king has divided to that parts, that the states, he has made the states, and he has appointed some of the officers, those who will give the advice to the king in the various points. Okay, so there are the two types of their Perodenum and the Cerudenums. Next, the provisional administration. For the sake of the administrative convenience, the Chola Empire was divided into a number of provisionals known as mandalams. So this the Chola Empire has divided in the number of provinces is called the mandalam. Each mandalam was divided into Velundans is the Tamil word. Velundans means districts. Okay. So see that just before I said that India is divided into states, states are divided into districts. So same things has happens here also. This the Chola Empire has divided into the mandalams, and that mandalams has divided into the districts. And then the districts were divided into group of villages. Some things is there. We have also villages still now. That is known as the Nadus. The large township form a separate administrative unit called tenure. Mandalam were put under the charge of a governor who usually belonged to the royal family. So Mandalam has the one of the charge officers, and mostly belonging is from the royal family. Of course, because there, if king were there, the king were appointed for the mandalam. Which one is that? Those who come in from the royal family. Yes. Next, the ruler administration. There are number of inscriptions through writing on the ruler government of the Chol Empire. The ruler administration had three types of assemblies. Now there are the three types of the assemblies. Which one? The the Sabhas, and the Sabhas or Mahasabhas, and the Nagaram. So there are the three types. Which one? The then Sabhas, or that is called the Mandalams. It's called the Mahasabhas or Sabha, and another one is called the Nagarams. Okay. Now what is mean that Ur is belonging to the general assemblies for the common villages. So common peoples will come and they can discuss the problems in the Urs. And in the Sabha or Mahasabha, there are the only Brahmans. Okay, the Brahmins will come and they can do this. What is called that? They can speak about the Brahmanary grants. So the kings were giving to them some of the lands. Yes or no? They were giving to the Bakshis. Yes or no? So it's called the systems, grand systems. And then Nagaram is found for the traders and the craftsmen. Now see that one. The Ur was a general assembly of common villages which included landholders of all classes of people. The Sabhas was restricted to the village with the Brahmins settlements where land belonged to the Brahmins. They often received land grants known as Brahmandaya, which were rent-free. The Nagaram was an assembly found in important trade centers catering to the needs and interests of traders and merchants. This remarkable self-government system, which existed during the Chola period, worked in other villages as well to some extent. The degree of autonomy enjoyed at the villages level were very noteworthy. So just I said that one, the Ur, the Sabha and the Mahasabha and the Nagaram. So there are the three systems were there. The Ur is belonging to the common peoples where they can discuss their problems. In the Sabha and the Mahasabha only Brahmins, and they can discussing about that the Brahmanary rent the kings were giving to them land. So they were discussing in that the Sabha and the Mahasabhas, and the Nagarams is the belonging to the trade and the interested for the merchants. So those who are the interested for the trades, and they can come and they can do their business there soon. Now next one is that military administration. The Chol has an efficient army and strong navy. Yes, because they have the strong navy. That's why they have ruled up to the Bengal, up to the Indonesia, up to the Sunamas, and also they had the rules. Yes or no? The Gangai Koda Cholapuram, they had taken that one. Gangai Koda Cholapuram, they had made one of the capitals. And what they have given the title of to them? Gangai Koda Chola. Yes or no? And they have rules to the where up to the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, even Sri Lanka. Yes, so from there we can understand it has they have the strong navy. The Chola army consists of elephants, cavalry, infantry. There were as many as 70 regiments. See how many regiments they were there. 70 regiments were there, which were named after royal titles. The king and bodyguards known as the Valaikaras. So the king and their bodyguards, it's known as the Valaikaras. They often shone to defend their overlord at the cost of their lives, and often ready to immolate themselves on his funeral pyre. See, the kings and their bodyguards is called the Valaikaras. So Valaikaras, what they were doing, the Valaikaras? So they can die for the kings. If the kings has given the order to them, they can always, means they can given the protection to the king. Now our ministers are going and there are some of the bodyguards. Yes or no? They are wearing the black shirts, black goggle, and just standing. Means they are protecting to our ministers. So the same thing there. Some of their guards were there. These guards were called that one Valaikaras. Okay, and always they are ready to die for the king. Even they can often ready to immolate, means they can ready to go in the funnel fire. You know, fire means jita aag lagele asте. They can go and they can jump. If the kings will say, yes, you go and die, you go and jump in that the funnel. So this Valaikaras, they are ready to go and suicide themselves in theirs. Okay. The naval force controlled the Malabar and the Coromandel coast. The Chola navy was so strong that it dominated the Bay of Bengal for some time. The navy was very strong. That's why they have control. That's why they are gone to the Malay of the Peninsula and the Sumatra, and also they are gone to the Sri Lanka. They had occupied that the place. They had developed there they had taken that the place under to the Chola kingdoms. That's why they were just very, very strong. But what happens at the last moment when that last rulers, what is the name? Rajendra Raja. Yes or no? Yes, when that fellows, Rajendra Raja has died, after that the three sons were there, they had fight among themselves, and this Chola kingdoms has been destroyed itself, and these are all Chola kingdoms as merged in the Pandya kingdoms. Yes, even they are ruled to the other countries, then also they had destroyed. Okay. Now, agriculture and irrigation. Last points. Okay. Agriculture prosperity depends on the available water supply. The Cholas paid attention to the irrigation system. Rivers such as the Kaveri were utilized for irrigation purposes. Embankments were built to prevent flooding, and many canals, dams, tanks, and wells were constructed. So, in the Chola kingdoms, not only they had given the advantage to they are only for the military, so they are giving the what is called that one? Giving the attention for their agriculture and also irrigations. Yes or no? They had started some of the irrigation systems, which one our government has started irrigation system now. In the last 10 or 15 years, it hasn't started. But irrigation system has started in the Chola kingdom because they want to give the water to the crops. Yes or no? So they had made some embankments. Embankments means it can be controlled to the flood. Means flood water will not come outside. They have make the embankments to the rivers, so the water rivers will not come here. And they have made embankments in the every villages, and they have taken the water from that embankments in the villages. So the farmers can take the water for their farmings. Okay, and they also constructed many canals, dams, lakes, wells. They are constructed. Okay, now tomorrow we are going to do that one. What is that? tomorrow we are going to take the renew system. Up to there, bye bye, and read the all the lessons very carefully. Okay, bye bye.